Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. Stella has some colored cards that are the same size and same shape. The probability of randomly selecting a blue card is 20%. The probability of randomly selecting a red card is 30%. What is the probability? Stella will randomly select a card that is not blue, replace it, then randomly select a card that is red. Okay, it is not given how many colored cards are there, but they have mentioned two colors over here, blue and red, and the probability of randomly selecting a blue card is 20%. So let me write the stuff over here, blue, red, and there may be some other colors as well. Let me write them as others, that is other colors. Okay, the probability of randomly selecting a blue card is 20%. If I convert this one to decimal, it will be 0.2. And the probability of randomly selecting a red card is 30%. If I convert this one to decimal, it will be 0.3. Okay, then what is the probability of selecting one of the cards in other colors? It has to be 0.5 because the total probability always must be equal to 1. So already we know that this is 0.2, this is 0.3. When I add them, I'm getting 0.5. Then the probability of randomly selecting one of the other colors has to be 0.5. So that the total probability equals to 1. Now let's go over the question here. What is the probability Stella will randomly select a card that is not blue, replace it, then randomly select a card that is red? Okay, here there are two events. One is selecting a card randomly that is not blue, and the second event is the first card is replaced. The second event is selecting a card randomly selecting a card that is red. Now we have to get probability for both the events and multiply them because both the things are happening. That is selecting a card randomly that is not blue and selecting a card that is red. Okay, now let me write the stuff. Required probability is equal to, let me write it over here. Required probability equals to, okay, first let me find the probability for selecting a card randomly that is not blue. Okay, so when I select a card randomly and also it is not blue, what's the probability? If it is not blue, then to get the probability we have to add these two, 0.3, 0.5. So because if it is not blue means we should not consider this one, we have to consider the rest. So that is 0.8 is the probability for selecting a card randomly that is not blue. Okay, now let's consider the important stuff you have over here. That is replace it. Replace it means the first card which has been selected has been replaced. So the total number of cards will not change. So selecting the first card and selecting the second card will become independent events. So when I select the second card which is red, so whatever probability I have over here, the same probability will have because the total number of cards are not changed because of the replacement. Okay, now when I select the second card randomly and also that is red, the probability for that one is 0.3. So times 0.3. Here I multiply the two probabilities because there are two events, both the events are happening. When both the events are happening, then we have the fundamental principle of counting and means we have to multiply. That is, we have to multiply the probabilities of the two events. So the first one we have for randomly selecting a card that is not blue, 0.8, and the second one is the probability for randomly selecting a card that is red. Now when we multiply them, we'll be getting the required probability targeted by the question. 0.8 times 0.3 equals to 0.24. When I convert this one to percentage, to convert this one to percentage, I have to multiply this one by 100. When I multiply them 100, I am getting 24%. So the required probability is 24%. I find 24% in answer choice C. The correct answer choice for this question is C.